Okay. Happy morning, my overseas crew. So, uh, all right. I finished some candles and I figured it would be a good time to go live and straighten out some stuff. So it's up Denise, Rachel, Kathy, Miss B. If someone's over there unhinged as fuck. Sorry, Britt. Okay. Let's get into this. So Brittany is over there paranoid, worried, all because I am going to call and nip this in the bud tomorrow. I know for a fact this test is fake for multiple reasons. She can pretend that it's real and it's a carbon copy. Okay, Brittany, if it's a carbon copy, then go ahead and show the copy. You don't have to even show what's on it. Just show the copy. Because someone that is so intent on it's a copy. Okay, show it then. All you have to do is show the paper. Show that you have a drug test on a yellow carbon copy. Notice she hasn't done that. Of course she hasn't done that because she knows she can't. Because if she was so legit, all she would have to do is just show a carbon copy. Just show the drug test that she allegedly has. She won't do it. She can't. She would have done it already. Instead, she thinks bashing me is a smarter way to do things. Okay. And I don't karma from all right, let me tell you what happened today. Somebody that I know a long time ago had given me a call and said, "By the way, do you know I live like 20 minutes from Brittany?" You do? And this person is also a nurse. Oh, okay. And we had a long talk. And she explained to me how things work in North Carolina. And that's part of the reason that I know for a fact that this is bullshit. But she then went on to explain to me that handwritten copies of anything have not been done in years. She said if this was like the 80s, it would be one thing. But North Carolina has a law that everything must be electronic. North Carolina also has very specific rules as far as people on any drug has to go get a drug test each month. That's why Brittany does have a lot of drug tests. Hey guys, hey Joanne, hey Jenny, hey you Ray, Sweet Misery. North Carolina happens to have very specific rules, which to me sucks. I'm glad that I don't live in Florida where you have to do that. So she then explained to me that she had spoke to a whatchamacallit. She had spoke to the hospital that this test is allegedly from. And no, that's not the way it works there. This place doesn't even do testing. This is a hospital, and the only time you can get a drug test in a hospital is if like the cops bring you in, you were shot, and they want you to have a drug test on the spot. That's when they do a drug test. If you are a patient, they don't ever deal with CPS. Their drug tests are never done at CPS. Now, Brittany actually changed her tone. I heard her say something about occupational health. Occupational health is nowhere on this form. That's probably the real drug test that she had to do was occupational. I don't doubt that at all. But that has nothing to do with the one she showed. Yes, she did what? The one she showed was Scotland. Scotland is a hospital. I believe me, she's not getting away with it, Pink. So after having this conversation, and I knew what I was talking about, and I knew hands down without a, yeah, she did. It was something occupational health or whatever. Now I can show you guys. And to be honest with you, I don't doubt that occupational lab or whatever is the place that actually did the real drug test. I don't doubt that at all. But that's what she said. Hey, that's what she said. Let me pull up hide Angela's last name. Even though everyone knows Angela's last name, I don't want to dox the girl. Okay. This says Scotland from Scotland County Social Services. At nowhere anywhere does it say anything about a occupational health or anything like that. This is a hospital, plain and simple. Yeah, occupational therapy. This is a hospital. It has nothing to do with CPS. This form has nothing to do with CPS, North Carolina, or anything. They don't use this form. They've never seen this form. They know nothing about this form. But me telling it third hand, second hand, whatever you want to say, is not proof enough. Because then Brittany sits over there and lies to her people like she's done all night. And then her subs lie. And I'm going to get into some of her lies in a moment. So that's why I made my community post. I'm just going to call CPS tomorrow. I'm just going to call Scotland tomorrow. I'm going to record it. I'm not going to give any personal information to Brittany per se, but I'm going to ask for an email. I'm going to send them this form and ask them, do you guys even use this? I'm going to ask them to write me back on company letterhead. So everyone knows nobody's making up anything. I'm then going to ask them if CPS does drug testing there. I'm also going to ask CPS if they ever handwrite anything, because that's also illegal. Do they handwrite anything? Brittany and her idiot savants think that I'm breaking some kind of HIPAA law. No, I'm not calling up asking for Brittany specific. I'm also going to ask them if there's a portal that somebody dealing with CPS would get. I'm then going to ask them, and I have no problem telling everyone what I'm going to ask them. I'm also going to ask them if a caseworker is out. If a caseworker is out, can they then get the information? You know, from a supervisor or somewhere else? Can the person, get the information? Those are the things I'm asking. That doesn't break any HIPAA laws. That covers half the lies she tells. And it's not against the law. If someone is calling, this is how I see it. If someone is sitting there calling me a liar, well, I'm going to prove that I'm not a liar. And that's the part that she doesn't get. Brittany, I'm not doing this to meddle in your life. But when you sit there and you call me a liar, I'm going to prove to you and the world who's actually lying. If you hadn't sat there, lie after lie after lie, then none of this would matter and we wouldn't be here. But you, which I haven't done, I haven't thrown low blows at you, but you think you're hurting me with your low blows. You have one of my ex-mods who's nothing but shit, who's actually Wispy's mod, buddying it up in your chat because she's another one that I proved to be a fucking liar, and she didn't like that. So now she's buddying up to you like, oh, let me kiss Brittany's ass. It's really kind of pathetic. And we're all sitting back laughing, but carry on. So I'm not breaking any HIPAA laws. I'm not doing anything but proving that I'm not a liar. See, Brittany, that's the difference between you and I. I don't have to go with words like, oh my God, I'm a liar. And, you're a liar and I have no way to prove it. This is the best way to prove it. Just the best way to prove it. I'm just going to call the source. Plain and simple. Some of the things that were said on your panel was some of the funniest shit I ever heard in my life. The cuckoo bird that jumped on your panel, Brittany, none of that happened in my chat. Nothing. I never even, I think I saw the name once or twice, but nobody had a fight with her. Nobody talked bad about her. Nobody called her names. And I could speak for me and UA. Nobody talked about Craig. And you sit there and said how I go after your family. Brittany, I'm the one that hasn't gone after your family. I actually sit here on my panel and say, I don't care about the other bullshit. I mean, obviously, the way you treat your kid, but I'm actually over here. You might want to try listening instead of listening to the morons in your chat because, no, I'm sorry, Brittany, but I'm the one that sits here and says that all the other bullshit means nothing. All the other stuff means nothing. It doesn't mean anything to me. If Craig's a moron, that's on Craig. I don't talk about your family. I don't talk about all the things that the haters talk about. I don't go through your lives. I don't dissect your lives. So you might want to retract that a little, Brit. You might want to back that the fuck up. Okay? You seriously might want to back that the fuck up because A, I'm not on the dark side. B, I have no desire to be on the dark side. C, I don't have a dying channel according to you. 4, you're really not that important. I wouldn't have even gone this far if you didn't continue your lies. 5, I will never, ever sit with your haters. I don't hate Bond. I am so far past that. So you can sit there and you can trash me and make up lies and listen to lies all day long, Brittany. That still doesn't take away from what a lying, manipulative piece of shit that you are. And I'm going to prove it tomorrow. And that's it. I mean, there's really nothing more that needs to be said about it. I will prove that you are a liar. I will prove that you bashing me is to try to take away from you because I didn't bash you, Brittany. All I said was that you're fabricating a report. As far as a lawyer goes, that's my opinion. And you keep throwing me into all the shit that the dark side does. No, that's not me. I personally wouldn't have even spent any time going through your lives. Your lives are boring as hell. And it's hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. I couldn't do that. There's nothing I find entertaining about your lives. Even when I was sticking up for you, the reason I stuck up for you is because I never watched your lives. I didn't know what you did. I do know you have a lot of hate watchers. And once you stop talking to them, and once they stop talking about you, I guarantee your numbers are going to go heavily down once they ice you out. Just saying. Will you please do it live? See, I thought about that, but I can't really do that live. I can do it. I can record though. That I can. But I don't the only reason I don't want to do that, Diggin, I don't know if I'm gonna have to block out names. You know what I mean? Hey Keith. Yeah, it's employees. Like I may have to edit. That's what I'm saying. Her personal medical records are not YouTube's business. I'm not calling for her personal medical records. I don't give a fuck with personal medical records. You're missing the point. I have nothing to do with her personal medical records. I'm going to try to not even mention her name. Michelle, trust me, it's not legit. I promise you, it's not legit. But thank you. Thank you for not wanting me to go, in my dying channel that needs Brittany. Yeah, but digging when I'm calling, I don't know if I know what you're saying, but I don't know if I'm gonna end up, getting a name or something that I don't want live. Like, I know that it's a one-party state, so I can record, but I don't know if I can stream medical. You know what I'm saying? That's why. It's not legit. I didn't think so, but I can record. I mean, I'll do it on camera so nobody can, think like I'm moving buttons or anything. I'll go on camera to do it. Now, this is one of the lies I want to straighten out, okay? I am not saying that I don't know. All right, let me back up. She twisted things to make it out like I said that it doesn't go to a lab. I never said that. At no point did I ever say it never went to a lab. But that's how she spun it. That that she doesn't go to a lab. I mean that I said it didn't go to a lab. I never once said that in my entire life. Nor did I say anything about being that it must be in a pencil. No, I never said that either. What I did say is that North Carolina law states it must be electronic. Brittany then stated that she got this carbon copy and that it must go to a lab. What I found interesting on this, yeah, that was another thing. Brittany just said on her live that the person filled out the form and she only printed her name and signature and date. Now it is cut off, so I don't know if there's a date on here, but let's take a look at the original. Hold on. I gotta go to my Facebook for that. Oh, and another thing someone told me, which I forgot, that a carbon copy would have a watermark on it. That an official document with a carbon copy has a watermark. Just saying. This has no watermark. Oh. Oh, see, the top of this is a little different. Let me see. All right. Well, isn't that interesting? Hmm. Let me show you. This is very interesting. All right. So on this test, it has donor's name, signature, collection signature and date. I'm sorry, donor signature and date, and then collection signature and date. Okay. Now it is technically a different top person, a different thing on top, but the wording is identical. Would the wording always be identical? Just curious. Because I don't think wording on all drug tests would be identical. But this is identical to hers. This is identical to hers. I don't have many drug tests, so I don't know if the wording would be identical, but it is. I hereby, hold on, let me see if I can make it bigger. I wish Facebook I can make it bigger. But it says, no way to make it bigger. It's like, I hereby something, something, something. I don't know why she doesn't tell the truth either. But yeah, like I said, I don't know if all the wording on all drug tests are the same. I have no idea. So I can't say for sure, but yeah, the wording is identical. Here's hers. I hereby certify the specimen provided is my own and not been substituted by anybody. Grant permission for the testing of my urine. She may have even recopied this, which I wouldn't doubt. Another thing I was told today, by the way, this doesn't exist on any the hospital, Scotland, doesn't have this on any of their tests. Like none of them. And I'll get confirmation of that tomorrow from them directly. But the person that I spoke to today said this instant drug screen form is not on any hospital records because they don't do it. They don't have that. As far as a carbon copy taking a picture, I'm sorry, this doesn't look like a carbon copy, and I'm going to show you why. This is in different print. This looks like it was done with a different pen. And a carbon copy, how is this darker then? Why is it darker? And then she said she took a picture of it. Oh, here's another thing, by the way. Yeah, I did, Nina. It's not their test. They don't even do testing for CPS. Yeah, BJ said the paper is yellow. That's hard to tell. Like, it could be yellow, but Brittany was making it out like it's a yellow carbon copy. This is not a carbon copy that she's talking about, that I can tell you. Digging truth, I know you want to stick up for her, but you're 100% wrong. I'm not saying they don't have an occupational. They don't do drug testing for CPS. They only do drug testing for people if the cops require it, if like they come in for something. Yes, pre-employment, not CPS. You got to remember, this is a CPS case, not a workers' comp, not a pre-employment, nothing. Yeah, new hires, all that I agree with. Not for CPS. CPS is a whole separate entity. They have their own lab that they send it to, their own everything. No, it's for Brittany actually said what this was today. She did. She said what this was. And that's another thing I wanted to point out. Brittany wouldn't have a preliminary copy of what gets sent to the lab. That doesn't happen. She would get a copy of test results. she would get a copy of, um, the end results, but Brittany wouldn't get a copy of the forensic drug testing, custody, and something. There's no copy of it before it goes to the lab. I say that's the real drug test that she's hiding. That's just an opinion, but I'll find out tomorrow exactly what that is. But she, as a matter of fact, I think she said it. I think it was custody and, fuck, I forgot what she said, but I'm pretty sure she did say it. Point being that, we could go back and forth all day long, but there's no reason to. I'm just gonna call. I'm gonna find out the facts. I'm gonna find out all the information of now where her test went to. I don't give a fuck where her test went to. I don't even care what they tested for. That's not my concern. My only issue, this is fake. Cinnamon Bear, what were you talking about a lockbox? When I think of a lockbox, I think of a real estate. So Cinnamon Bear left me a comment that said something about that Brittany said something about a lockbox. I don't know what that meant. Yeah, I'm not doing it back and forth because then it's a he said, she said. PJ said she wrote her name and signature. Yeah, the signatures on both are the same. The handwriting for all is the same. Oh, that's what you're saying. Yeah, it's all the same writing. Okay, Cinnamon, but can you elaborate what a lockbox is? All right. Staff is not gonna lockbox your personal items. They have lockers for that. If that's the case, you're idiots. Huh? The staff is not gonna check. What's a lockbox? I had to do a lockbox to put my personal belongings. So a lockbox, you just mean like a locker, right? Just like a regular locker? Lockbox put your personal things in when she went to test. A love box is a locker. Huh? A lockbox is okay. So then wouldn't they give you just a lockbox? I'm confused. I'm never not up for heard of taking a lockbox to put personal items to do your analysis. Oh no, I think sometimes they do. Like when I went for cancer tests and stuff, we got lockers. When I go to my oncologist and stuff, we get lockers. We don't have drug testing, but if that's what you mean. Some facilities, yeah, when you get a scan, a mammogram, exactly. You put your stuff in a lockbox. Jamil said it on her panel that she has to get tested every 2 weeks and she has to put a personal lockbox. Yeah. I I don't see a problem with that though. That makes sense. That's why I didn't understand. Yeah, I would imagine though, if you're going for a drug test, you may have to use a lockbox. I guess it depends on the place. I'm on methadone. The federal government requires I put my narcotics in a lockbox locked with no key. It's a little black box. Hmm. I don't know, Amber. I honestly don't know. I'll find out tomorrow. But that's something to remember to ask them about a lockbox. I see your comments. The oh, I'm sorry. There's the 2 signatures. And don't forget, according to her, she only signed she only signed her name and the date. The caseworker filled out everything else. So isn't it amazing our caseworker has the exact same handwriting as her? That's amazing. Oh, she didn't say she puts her personal items in a lockbox. That's what I was thinking. She said to staff, check her lockbox before she goes in for her UA, get it straight. Oh, she said the staff checks her lockbox? Yeah, that I've never heard of. That I've never heard of. They don't check it. Yeah, isn't that ironic, Joanne? Look at this. This right here is the exact same handwriting as Brittany's signature. But yet Brittany stated that she only signed her name and the date, and everything else was the caseworker. Well, Brittany, can you tell me then how the signature is identical? Just saying. But I've never heard a lockbox being checked either. That doesn't even make sense. Oh, yeah, we showed it yesterday, Crama Reels. We found the form. Oh, you found this exact form? Susie, I have no idea about methadone. Let me check my email. Whoop. Which email? Which email, Crama Reels? I forget which one you send it to. Oh. That's why I have too many damn emails. All right, it's not that one. Ooh, I'm getting a UPS package today. Hopefully it's my stuff. Ooh, I think it is. Woo! All right. I didn't send it to that email. I did send it to this email. I found it. Yes, chain of custody form. Forensic drug testing custody. Oh, forensic drug testing custody and control form. That makes sense. The standard chain of custody paperwork used for drug testing, not the name of the company. You could see the exact phrase used in official materials. Doot, 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 doot. It doesn't show it. That could be it, though. Forensic drug testing custody and control form. Yeah, that makes sense. I could see that. Brittany wouldn't have a copy of what went off to the lab. She would only get the final results. She's backtracking so badly that she's like, "Oh, let me I have a copy of this and I have a copy. They sent me a copy of this and that." No, you don't get copies, Brittany. You only get a final result. They're not giving you a copy of what they send out to the testing. And then that was the other thing. She was going on about her testing and that, it officially went to the lab. Nobody said it didn't. Nobody. I never said it didn't. But you wouldn't have the copy of what went to the lab. You just don't get that. Nobody does. You'll get the final report. But one thing that UA pointed out earlier, which I thought was just so awesome, was on this. You got to check, X here and you got to X here. They're not going to then put slashes through this. That doesn't even make logical sense. You're going to stick with X's. But again, we all know this is fake because whatchamacallit? We all know this is fake because they wouldn't handwrite it. And let me just put something out there. If I've gotten wrong information and I'm 100% wrong and all of this is legit and Brittany's not lying, I will gladly apologize. I have no problem apologizing, but I know that's not going to happen. She might have a copy if it contains about the test number and other information, but this form isn't going to be filled out by Brittany. Well, Brittany said she didn't fill it out. According to Brittany, she didn't fill it out. So you guys can keep telling me things that, like, dig in truth. You can keep saying that, like, it's going to be done like this. I am going to find all of this out tomorrow. So you don't have to worry about what you think is right or anything else. I am going to find out tomorrow. This is why I'm calling and I'm going to ask them. I'm going to ask them all your questions. I'm going to ask them the chain of custody. I'm going to ask them how things go. Dig in truth, we'll see tomorrow, won't we? We will see tomorrow. Since I'm just so wrong. Okay, we'll see tomorrow. But I do know this is fake. That I do know. Brit didn't fill out any form, just printed. Okay, let's go with that, Dixie. All right. Brit didn't fill out any form, just printed name and signature and dated. That's your story, right, Dixie? Right, Dixie? That's your story? Sassy, I don't think so. That's your story, right? So then tell me how the handwriting is the exact same of Brittany's signature and the company name and city. Just please enlighten me. Because I'm glad you said that. Brittany didn't fill out any form. So explain to me how the handwriting is identical then. I can't wait to hear this one. I'll wait. Diggin, you could call yourself. I never said anything about Suboxone. See, this is what I mean. You guys are throwing Brittany is lying, saying things that were never said. I never said anything about Suboxone, ever. So go ahead and tell me how the signature is Brittany's handwriting is the exact same as the caseworker. Just tell me. Since Brittany stated all she did was sign her name. And I'll go with that. I will. I'll totally go with that. I'll go with the fact that Brittany just signed her name and date. So then tell me how the handwriting is the same on the whole fucking paper. I don't know what the fuck she's on. I don't know if she's on Suboxone. And just so everyone knows, so that we're not lost in translation, you're right. It wouldn't be a big deal if she was on medication. If she was on maintenance medication, it really isn't a big deal. However, she claims she's not on maintenance medication. She claims that she's not on anything except she did admit to being on some kind of Tylenol or some shit today. I don't know. Dixie, I'm still waiting for you to tell me how this is possible. Poor Dixie, she disappeared. Yeah, Brittany, unlike you, just so you know, Brittany, unlike you, I actually run a business and I don't, if I lost YouTube tomorrow, I'd still run a business. I'm not on Medicaid. I'm not on state help, although I wish I was. I don't live with a guy who's a fucking loser who doesn't work and live off the state. No, Brittany, that's you. And I'm sure they don't know about your income. And I'm shocked nobody's called it in. But I don't really think you want to go there, Brittany. Because unlike you, Brittany, like I said, I don't need YouTube to pay my bills. It's good, it's extra money, but I don't need it to pay my bills. I actually have a business and a life, and I raised 3 kids by myself, all by myself, and have for many years. I depend on nobody but me. So carry on with your bullshit. Craig is a fucking loser. I agree. Dixie, I got my question again. You said that she, oh, and I heard it myself, so I agree with you, that she only wrote her name and her date. So again, I ask you, Dixie, how is the form filled out by the exact same handwriting? Just curious. Oh, I'm sure she doesn't report it, Fanta. And Tony, that is 100% correct. Yes, she sure did make a threat. Yeah, there I don't see a date on here. But it is cut off, so I can't guarantee it. But yeah, I don't see a date. Where is this from in its entirety? This is what was sent to me, but I can show you the whole form. Fanta, I don't even know. Yeah, the whole March thing came from Moon. Moon said something about March. I don't know where she got that from because I don't even see a date on it. So I don't see anything about March. But again, Brittany wouldn't have been able to fill this part out. So Brittany's signature and handwriting is just so close to the writer. Her and a caseworker have the exact same penmanship? That's fucking amazing. Maybe they're twins. Oh, Dagan, believe me, I'm 100% confident. No, Lori Darling, what I said was, I know there's a lot of bullshit. What I said was her people were arguing with me. And I said, I'm not going to argue anymore. I've wasted enough time arguing. If you want me to argue with you, you're going to have to pay me. That's what I said. And some of them did. Which honestly, I really didn't think they would, but they did. Yeah. Can I make it bigger? I don't. How can I do that? I'm going to have to transfer it to a different program. So hang on. Let me transfer it to a different program. I guess download it, right? No, I can't do that either. How do I transfer this to Google Drive? Oh, all right. Hold on. I'm like stupid. My kids would laugh at me. Then like, Ma, you're too old to be on a computer. Oh, why is my shit so fucking slow tonight? What the fuck? Come on, you shitty computer. No. All right. We got it. No. Why is this? All right, guys, help me out because I'm like stupid. Hold on. So I put it over in Google Docs. How do I make it bigger? It doesn't have a thing. Do you know what I'm talking about? I don't know why I can't make it larger. Yeah, that's another thing is portals. Do you guys know why I can't make this bigger? Maybe editing? No. She made big claims about her CPS being the carbon one also back when this started. How do I zoom? That's what I'm saying. There's no zoom. Ah, there it is. I was like, what the fuck? Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. All right. I couldn't find the zoom. All right. That's his max it'll go is 200. So you wanted to see the this thing's in the way. Why is this thing in the way? All right. That's in the way. It's not going to work. I don't know what the fuck. Move, you fuck. All right, there you go. You got this eye and you got this eye. Identical. There you go, Joshua. Finally got it. Sure did, Dixie. Bet my channel on it. Copy paste identical. And then the 6 is the same thing. Now, the other thing we're working on, I know for a fucking fact that I heard her say she got her test done at the house. Now, it could be that a sub said it, so I can't guarantee that she said it, but people told me that she said she had it done at the house. I'm almost positive I actually heard her say it, but I can't say with 100% certainty. But I know that we had discussed it because I was like, why would they do it at the house? That's not, clean. Like, we had a whole conversation about it. So I know that's what I'm saying. I know that I questioned it because I didn't think it was sanitary, but we can't seem to find I never said that. I absolutely never said that. Yeah, I will say it again. I am not calling for Brittany's medical records. I don't even plan on mentioning Brittany's name. I do not give a fuck if Brittany's on Suboxone, if Brittany's on methadone, or Brittany's on fucking heroin. It doesn't matter to me. That's not what my point. She said she did one at the house and at the clinic. I agree with you. That's what I remember hearing. But we can't seem to find a live that she had it on. I was gonna look through Brandy Wine's post on Twitter, hoping she had it, but it might be too much. I know she said 3 different things. I know someone has it. We're looking. She said 3 different they called and had her be there. Yeah, that story I've heard. Then it was her and Craig had 2 hours to be there, and also was mention of her being tested at home. I remember her talking about being tested at home. Nina, it is yeah, Moon has exactly what you're seeing on the screen. Moon and Angela had the exact same info. That's what this is. This came from Angela. All right, I remember Clue talking about tests being done at home, and she was doing a review. Yeah, I know it's out there. I just don't know where. I don't know who has it. Hi, Mystic. Yeah, it's late. Mystic, are you the one they were talking about earlier? Yes, Moon is with Britt. Angela is not. And Angela and Moon are fighting. And again, all Brittany had to do was just show her yellow carbon copy. That's it. Just show your yellow carbon copy that you claim this is. That's all. I don't know. You used to be a mod or something. I heard your name. I'm pretty sure I heard your name tonight. She doesn't remember all her lies. UA September 8th through the 10th. Yeah, I guess we could backtrack it. When was CPS called? Yeah, right, Rach. All the Australia people. BJ Kidden, I agree. Joanne, I thought the same thing. While she's sitting there yelling in chat what a carbon copy it is and all this other stuff, I thought to myself, Brittany, why don't you just show the carbon copy then? Since it's such a carbon copy, just show it. You don't have to show the details on it. Just show the carbon copy. She didn't. Yeah, just show the yellow copy. That's all. She never did. Instead, she was sitting there trashing me. Don't go over and listen to Laura. Don't watch Laura. Oh, that's another thing. Brittany, I don't ever need you to feel bad for me. I don't give a shit what B Tim thinks of me. The day that I care what B Tim thinks or says about me is the day I put a gun to end it. And I don't mean end him, I mean end me. I don't care. I'm not you, Brittany. I don't care what some fucking loser avatar on YouTube thinks of me. Sorry. So no, please don't act like you felt so bad for me. No, I'm good, Brittany. I promise. Yeah, she said if you support me, don't watch Laura. She is her. Oh, believe me, her subs are gonna see it. Have no doubt, because it's gonna spread like wildfire. All right, let me. I see I got an email. I'm assuming that's Nina. Yeah, I must be so desperate. B Tim, why don't you like me, B Tim? Oh, let's see. Oh. Yeah, that's another thing. I never once said that Craig lost his test or didn't get tested or whatever was. I never said that. Like she's just making up lies about me that I never even said. Oh. Alright. Yeah, but what you sent me, none of it says she had it done at her house. Sorry, I'm quiet. I was reading the screenshots that were sent. Said she had a test in front of a doc yesterday because the allegations made CPS. I felt like a criminal. They watch you pee and everything. The unnecessary trauma these people are. That wasn't in Moon's chat. That was in oh, was it Moon reviewing allegedly? Yeah, none of these say it was at her house though. She does say her and Craig had to get it done. Oh. The one I'm looking at, it doesn't say, but it is Moon reviewing Jewels of Thought. That if she went to the doctor, she would have a lab certified result. Yeah, and the other thing I want to find out, because I don't believe her, is this whole thing with the caseworker, and that the caseworker's in the field, so she can't give her results. And she also said tonight, and this I recorded, that it can't be emailed and it can't be something else. That's a fucking lie. I forgot what she said. She said it couldn't be emailed and it couldn't be mailed to her or something. Well, how are you supposed to get it then? And I know that's not true. Like, she was covering a basis of why she couldn't just call a supervisor and ask for the results. But here's the other thing. If you know you're innocent, who gives a fuck with the results? I never cared what my results were. I knew what it was going to come out. Oh. What am I looking at? I just got an email from someone. Actually, it's from before. Below us some screenshots. I found some things. Just don't say I sent them. Oh. The line break understate, you can tell it's manipulated. The spaces where the handwriting is has whiteout behind it. I also adjusted the exposure. Aha! Oh, I see what you did. Ooh, that's good. All right, let me see there. I can get a bigger one. Ooh, that's good. Look at this. I can't say who it's from, so I gotta be careful. But this is interesting. So this person blew it up and, played with the exposure, whatever. You see the whiteout? A carbon copy would not cover this in whiteout. The line would be the same regardless. It might be fuzzy here and there. I get that. But the line wouldn't cut out. Yeah, Wall was right. And look how much darker, and all of a sudden white's missing. See, this is why you guys are great. I would have never caught that, ever. So, like I said, a carbon copy might make it fuzzy, which I doubt, but like it could, when you play with exposure, but it wouldn't cut out a line. That it wouldn't do. And here you could well, that could be an ink blot. So there's 2 of them actually. Whiteout makes it look oh, absolutely. But the key to point out here, the line, if this was legit, even if it's a copy, even if it's a carbon copy, a line wouldn't disappear. And that's what happens here. The line just cuts off. And you have a word, and then, I mean, you see the whiteout, but yeah. But there's another one. Hold on. But I can't show you yet. I can't show you guys who it is. That's why. All right, and this one. Oh, I see what you're saying. The only thing with this one though, how come I can't blow this one up? All right. How come that one I could blow up and I can't blow up this one? Open with. Let's do photo editor. Maybe I can make it bigger with that. It's what they're showing is you could see the whiteout. Okay. It's not gonna let me do it. Why can't I make this bigger? Let me try downloading. Maybe. All right. That's garbage. Oh. New. Same thing. Cut. All right. Let me go back here. What? Ah. Bear with me. I had to copy and paste. Google Docs. All right. Come on. All right. Here we go. Let me blow it up. Oh, I see what they're saying. Yeah, this is. Wow. Look at this. And I do a lot of pictures, so I understand exposure can do shit. But notice how it's only like that where where the writing is. Interesting. Very, very interesting. See, the only reason, let me say though, the only reason I'm not gonna say 100% because there is white around this too. Well, there's white around some of it. But it almost looks like it was erased. I see more like erase. I don't know. But I can't see why this would be so inconsistent. I don't have a date. I have no idea. Kelsey would know the date. Oh, Kelsey, this is exactly how you have it. There's no date. But that's very interesting. But how come like it's so dark here and lighter up here? A form wouldn't do that. A form would be consistent. But because there's white around all of it, it's very hard for me to, I don't know. But the first one was like, whoa. But I don't know. I just don't know. Wait, but I did just notice something. Oh, wait, no. All right, I'm going to show you guys something. You're going to think I'm nuts. And this might get into conspiracy, but look at this. This line is straight, right? Straight line across. Why is this one slanted? This is the same depth, so you can't even say that the paper is slanted because it's not. Why is this line slanted? There's the same amount of thickness here. So it's not the paper. Why is that one slanted? And I'm not trying to put on a tinfoil hat. I just noticed that, but think about that. How is that possible? The bottom line isn't straight across too. That one, but that's what I'm saying. You can't say like the paper is slanted because it's not, but it's not. The pick isn't crooked. That's my point. There's, if you look at the bottom, it's the same. I'll say it's an inch, it's the same inch consistent. This is straight. This is all straight. This isn't slanted. So how's that slanted? This line is straight across. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay, if the picture was taken on an angle, wouldn't this be on an angle too? Would it only be half that's on an angle? I don't know. I kind of disagree. So the top half was straight and the line wasn't? You guys, I don't know. So how is the top half straight and the bottom line isn't? All right, let's go back to the original. Uh, that. Wait. I don't know. This is fucking me up. Because even on the original, it looks crooked. But it's like a weird crooked. I don't know. I'm just, I know it's fake. So I'm just sticking with it. No, you really can't. This is a true crime community. Well, some of us are. No, I get that, but the rest of it's straight. It's only like half crooked. No, I'm gonna cookie slammer. I'm gonna nip it all in the bud tomorrow. Thanks, Joshua. That's another thing. I never said Craig didn't take a test, but yeah, she did say Craig took a test. Mine's vouch for, and yet they haven't seen a single dated test. Maybe this is Craig's test. I don't know. Oh, it's definitely a crime. Make no mistake about that, Susie. This is definitely a crime. No. Cookie Slammer, you just reminded me. It's one thing she said. She said to me, she said to her subs that I said Craig never took a test, and I never said that. Cooking at paper is just crooked. Yeah, but how come the top half isn't crooked? That's my point. Someone tweeted some document and just tossed it out here to distract us. Laura's experiencing this stuff, so I believe Laura. Thank you. It can't be Craig showing the person taking the test is her. Yeah, but she lied. And I'm saying if this whiteout is true. Yeah, let's go back to something. Hold on. Just in case you guys are coming in late. All right, let's go back to this for a second. None of this would be blank. Not only would there be a date, but none of this could be blank. Just by North Carolina law, they can't leave all this information off of it, of any test, especially if it's going to a lab. If it's going to a lab, they absolutely can't leave this stuff off. Jiggy, I'm sorry, but you're going to find out tomorrow that I'm not crazy. I'm not lying. I'm not making shit up. Your girl is lying. And I will prove, and this way there's no more back and forth. People don't have to wonder. I'm going to call everything. I'm going to prove my case. And that's it. I'm going to record it and you guys can all hear it. And then you don't have to have the, I can't. It's all going to be, you guys are all going to see it. You're going to hear it for yourself. And again, I'm not calling with her personal information. Honestly, I don't give a fuck what she's on. But if she's going to sit there and tell me I'm a liar, well, I'm going to prove I'm not. Unlike her, I will prove that I'm not the liar and that I do know what I'm talking about. And then she'll try to bullshit somehow. But honestly, all she had to do today was just show this yellow carbon copy that she talks about. I am Kimmy. But again, it's not for personal information. I'm not even mentioning her name. No, I'm doing general statements. I don't have to mention Brittany's name to get information. The information that I want, I don't need to mention Brittany's name. It has nothing to do with Brittany per se. I'm not calling about any specific case. I'm just calling about their procedures with drug testing. And even if I asked about Brittany, they couldn't give me any information anyway. Yeah, I'm asking about a form. How a form is filled out, what lab they use, do they use this place for testing? Very generalized, nothing to do with Brittany herself. Oh, I am going to record it. Cuz let me just tell you, Brittany's paranoid that I'm going to call up and say, "I'm calling for Brittany Jackson, blah blah blah." No, I'm not doing any of that. KCG, only when I call on you. No, these forms right here, they don't come from CPS. Look, see Cookie Slimmer, that's what I'm going to find out. That's exactly what I'm going to find out. This form was found online. Oh, I'm very fast, Tony. All this down here was found right online. But I'm also going to ask them about a lot number because I can't seem to find much on lot numbers. But again, if everything is going to be very non-case related, because to be fair, I don't give a fuck about Brittany's DHS involvement. I don't care if she loses her kids or not. That has nothing to do with me. Like what her deal is with CPS or Medicaid, that has nothing to do with me. I don't care about any of that. This isn't about Brittany's kids or Brittany. This is about the forms. Greedy, then I'll apologize, but I already know I'm not. I know this form is fake. That I know. Thank you, Tony. What, you want to go out? Hang on, I got to let the dog out. Move. You want to go out? All right. I bet back. Come on. Go. Go. Go back. Go. Do you ever see a dog that won't go out until you actually step outside? Then he runs out. She's so weird. Um, what Aisha say? You can even Google that paper and see what all the questions are. If I only want to know about the form, yeah, I don't want to. I don't care about her home life. That's what I keep trying to like dig into everyone's head. I'm not asking about her personally. I can get all the information I need without even mentioning her name. That shaded gray line isn't straight. That's what I'm saying. But some of the thing is straight, like the top. That's straight. And she took it on top of her computer, a keyboard. You're not trying to get people to call the board on someone's nursing license and you still think she's the victim. That's not good. I didn't know that. Oh, UA? She talking about UA? Thank you, Mystic. Yeah, I don't believe this. I mean, this could be like a Scotland form, but it's not because they don't have instant drug screen. But hey, like I said, if I'm wrong and this is totally legit, more power to her. But I don't believe it. Oh, that's what I thought. Your nursing license. And let me tell you guys, I said it before. If she had nothing to hide, she wouldn't be bashing me for 2 hours. She wouldn't be worried about UA. She wouldn't be worried about Kristen. She wouldn't be worried about any of that. She wouldn't have trashed me for 2 hours telling people, "Don't go over there. Don't go over there." She would be like, "Do what you gotta do. I'm not worried about anything." That's what people don't get. But she's even threatening people, "You better not go over to her chat. Don't go over to her chat. Don't you go listen to her." Why? If you're so secure and you believed that you were telling the truth, then why wouldn't you? I would think that you would be the first one to tell your audience, "No, when Laura calls, I want you guys to listen to it because she's going to look stupid," or "I have nothing to hide. It's going to show that I'm totally legit. I want everybody to listen. I want her to look stupid." That's what someone that was being truthful, that's what they would say. I mean, am I wrong? Exactly, Nina. Do they have carbon copies? Do they do stuff for CPS? She did. She even said the same thing here. She said so they could call Occupational or whatever. I said, "Up, that's all I needed to hear." She gave me the go ahead. And then she's like, "Make sure people don't call them." But I don't, like I said, I don't know what occupational health is. So occupational health is not even on here. So when she said, like, people are gonna call occupational health, that's who I think this bottom one is. I think this is occupational health or whatever. And there's her drugs. There's her drug test. So that's what I'm saying. That's another thing I'm gonna find out. Would you give a client a carbon copy of a handwritten drug test? Oh, speaking of, let me bring that up. Let me bring this point up. This is just an opinion. So again, I can't say like I'm right on this of what I'm about to say. The thing with her attorney, we were talking about this earlier on the phone. I'm not saying she didn't hire an attorney to do um to do 2 C&Ds. Now she also said, and Kelsey, maybe you can answer this for me because I'm sure you've spoken to her about it. She said tonight she was sending them to Clue, Queen Bee, Granny, and who was the fourth one? I forgot. Fuck, who was the fourth one? Oh, no, it wasn't Jay. Who was the fourth one? Clue, Granny, GW. No, it wasn't Cletus. But my thought was, oh, it was Cletus? Why wouldn't she send it to Jay and Nonsense? Those are her two. Why wouldn't you send it to Jay and Nonsense? Nonsense is the longest and one of the worst. She always complains about Jay. Why? I don't get. Oh, Clue, Cletus, GW, and QB. What happened to Jay and Nonsense? She always complains that they're the worst. Yeah, but I'm saying from her attorney, allegedly. I mean, if I was her and I was sending out C&Ds, Granny would be the last person I went to, but I would definitely do Jay and Nonsense. I don't know why she would send Clue and Cletus. No, what she had said though is that what she said was that Jay, not Jay, that her lawyer had sent out 2. The rest of the people that are getting them aren't she's not going through her attorney. That's what she said. That a lot of more people are getting them, but they're not going through her attorney. Jane, that's what I'm saying, Joshua. That's why I thought it was really weird. I agree. Should have left Queen and Cletus alone. Oh, but you know what? Maybe Queen Bees went to her attorney since she has one on record. But then again, so does Granny's watching. So I don't know. There won't be any litigation. Brittany can't afford litigation. But that's what people don't realize. Brittany won't be able to afford litigation. Even if she went to one channel, if she focused on, let's say, one channel. Wait, I got a question though. I just thought of something. For those of you, not really in here, but for people that were saying how the lawyer's, doing something different and you don't know what the lawyer has in the works. Okay, so let's look at that theory for a second. Do you think Cletus gives two fucks about YouTube legal? That right there, in my opinion, proves that Brittany has nothing to do with YouTube legal. Because Cletus, who cares about YouTube legal? He's barely even on YouTube. So that's how I know that's bullshit. And it only proves my theory that she gave the lawyer a couple $100 for some C&Ds. That's it. It's not going anywhere. It's never going anywhere. She was never threatening to take down channels. Because again, why would he care about YouTube legal? And it's not like he's got money. Yeah, but Amber, I don't believe she used anything for the retainer. There's no follow-up. Even if she had $8,000 to give in the attorney, so let's say each C&D is 500. Let's just throw it out there. 500. That's $2,000. And that's a lot. But let's say it's $2,000 for 4 of them. What are you doing with the rest? Can you take down one channel? What good will that do you? Do you get what I'm saying? There really would be nothing they can do with the extra money. Oh, they weren't? No, I thought they were certified. I know they were FedExed. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Greedy. Greedy, how many times have I said that? I said that multiple times. But other people said, well, you don't know what the lawyer's going to do. You don't know what the next steps are. Yeah, I kind of do. What's that, UA? It was sent by FedEx. Certified mail is only USPS. FedEx doesn't have their own certified? BJ said the date was 9/9 today. What, of the drug test at our house? Click that link and read the entire conversation. Hold on, I can't click it from here. Hit the thumbs up, guys. There's only 86 thumbs up. You guys hate me. Hold on. God, I feel like Brittany. Hold on. Oh, I got a new member. I didn't even know that. Welcome, new member. Link. All right, this link says that was March. I'm trying to remember what it was about now. So much happened between now and I'll go back and watch. Completely thinking theory sounds possible, but I can't stop thinking. All right, that has to do with Seth. I feel like the lady can now back to California. What does it have to do with Convo? You lost me. I shall receive tomorrow live with some FedEx. No worries, she's never gonna leave Craig. I can't argue with that, Isha. Link to my conversations. People want to undermine what I'm saying, accusing me. I wouldn't even stress over it, UA. Who cares? Like I said, even if you were on drugs, who cares? Actually, if you were on drugs, that would be a better, you'd even be better to call it out. Yeah, that's totally her handwriting. There's nothing marked in there. Nope. Yeah, we pointed that out yesterday. Now, could there be something after this? I guess it's possible. But why would she only show I honestly thought that uh Angela had cut this off, but it wouldn't have. I'm gonna say it again. I don't give a fuck if UA gets test or not. This isn't about UA. Have a good day. Zero line of slant. Yeah, you see what I mean about slanted line? I don't know. They're saying it's like here it's different. You can kind of see it's on a slant, but I just thought it was weird that this part's straight. That part's straight and then that part's crooked. Hey, you know what else I noticed? That I just noticed? Oh, guys, I just got something. I don't know if it's going to translate properly, but check this out. Check this out. It's all right, let me just say it's possible it's lighting. If the form wasn't fake, I may, say it's something else, but notice something. Look how much different the lettering is up here and the background and stuff. Forget the writing. Just their lettering and down here. And then down here. I don't even think it's the same font. I think she put two together. But I mean, honestly, I don't see a line. That's lighter than this. And these don't line up. These should line up perfectly. And they don't. Well, then again, collector isn't longer. So I might be wrong. You think it's the same font? I don't think it's the same text. I think it's two things put together. Because it's different. It's different. Either that or she retyped it. I don't know. But you see how different it is? Like even both bolds. Why is this one so much different than that one? I don't know. I don't know. I just know this is fake. I don't even know why I'm pulling it apart. No, I know the difference between bold and not bold. But this should all be bold. Signature, photo ID. Something is wrong here. It just is. Either the whole form is fake, half the form is fake. It's something isn't right. I can't tell you what it is. Some people get into hyper focus when they're doing certain things and they can't get off of it. They get stuck. Oh, I know it's fake as fuck. That's why I don't even know why I'm bothering. All right, I'll show you what I mean. All right, you guys are going to think, here goes, we're going to put the tinfoil hat back on, all right? But check this out. You guys think I'm crazy about it being half a document. The top half of this document, you can see it's like she laid it on her keyboard and it goes like, I don't know how to explain it. But you can see it goes up on one side. Here, it'll be easy like this. Hold on. Let me just share screen. Okay. You see how it goes up like, whoop, like that. Okay, you guys see that, right? That gets higher on each side. All right, we got that. So same thing here. It's a little higher on this side and it has like that little curve. So tell me how it goes flat here and on a curve. Same paper. Am I delusional? Do you see how it changes? It still has that curve here. And then as soon as you get to this, it's flat. Do you see what I'm saying? It's flat and it's turned. It curves on top. But wouldn't it curve throughout the whole thing? And not go flat at the bottom? I don't know. Like I said, I put on my tinfoil hat. But that doesn't seem right. If it's curved, wouldn't it curve through the entire thing? Greedy, I don't know about that. I know that's logical. Maybe, Amy. Yeah, it could be. I don't know. I don't know. It just seems weird to me. How this whole top half, it's curved and then it goes flat. Something's not right. Maybe this part was put on top of another piece of paper. I don't know. It just wouldn't change like that. And why is this so much darker than that? Oh, you could see the state thing right there. You don't even have to blow it up. You can see it right there. That's kind of weird. But this color and this color and this color all the same. And this color is different. Yo, I'm convinced now This is a separate paper. She put this on top of something. This half doesn't go to that original paper, guaranteed. Fucking guaranteed. This gray wouldn't be a different color than these three. All these three have the same color gray. This wouldn't be a different color. It would be consistent. Guys, you could say whatever you want. Tomorrow when I prove that it is real, you'll see. I mean, that it's fake test, you'll see. And I bet you guys won't even apologize. I'm checking now. All right, occupational medicine. Oh. All right, so she said that it was occupational health, right? You see what I'm saying? No, I'm not trying to put on a tinfoil hat. But you guys saw what I was saying. Oh, you know what? Before I show this, I got an idea. Hold on. I'm going to look at something. Hold on. A carbon copy of an invoice. It doesn't show me. Okay. Huh. All right. So this is a carbon copy. Brittany would not get a carbon copy. I know I'm getting there. Brittany wouldn't get a carbon copy. There's no reason for them to do even a drug test on a carbon copy. That makes no sense. It is highly unlikely CPS still uses carbon copies of any aspect of its documentation. The organization's process have largely been moved to electronic systems to improve accuracy, accessibility, and security. Uh, the CPS and NC Oh. All right. CPS in North Carolina, like many government agencies, has largely replaced traditional carbon copies with modern digital and carbonless paper methods. While some older government offices were slow to transition, most agencies now use more efficient and legally sound methods for documentation. Uh, CPS North Carolina use carbon copies for anything drug testing related. Oh. The screening. All right. Intake policy protocol. It is required by law to report one concerns to CPS. Careful detailed work. Ah, it's too long. Yeah, it's too long. All right. So here's Scotland with their little logo. Now, Brittany said that occupational medicine is who did her drug test. Now, I can't say for sure yes or no, but here's what I will show you. They do drug testing for employees. Workman's comp, employee drug testing, pre-employment physicals. Type of drug testing available. Pre-employment screening, random drug testing supports ongoing compliance with workplace safety policies. Post-accident drug testing assists in determining whether substance use contributed to a work incident. Reasonable suspicion testing provides objective testing when substance use is suspected. So what do you notice here? Pre-employment physicals, workman's comp. Southland Health's Occupational Health Services, located in Community Health and Rehab Center, are available Monday to Friday for injury evaluations outside of regular hours, blah, 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 to ensure responsive care around the clock. A multidisciplinary team work together, yada, yada, yada. We also offer mobile unit, which allow us to provide on-site screening, including hearing tests. Occupational health services includes pre-employment physicals, drug and alcohol testing, TB skin testing, immunizations, return to work evaluations, and regulatory exams such as DOT and OSHA mandated assessments. So now, yes, they would. So now let's look at this. Scotland's occupational health services are strictly for work-related, which is what I had said earlier. They have nothing to do with CPS. So Brittany then tried to double down earlier and say it went through occupational and they went through this and they went through that and that's who sent it off to the lab. And she was looking at it right in front of her, by the way, according to her. She didn't show it, but she was looking at it in front of her. It's on the form right here, occupational. And you got Craig running his mouth in the background too. So, Brittany, how did occupational health through Scotland's occupational health services, how did they work with CPS again? Just saying. Wait, what? Craig's mom has her own business. Maybe she gave the test to Brittany to take because she's been on Craig's TikTok seeing what's going on. Brittany took the form but never handed it to the mom. What do you mean? I don't know. It's just Scotland's Occupational Health Services, located in Community Health and Rehab Center. When Brittany was on tonight, she said that it went through occupational health. That was the first time that I ever heard occupational health. That's true too. They may not understand the definition of an occupation. Good point. Good point there, UA. But yeah, that was the first time I ever heard of her say the word occupational or occupational health. So I couldn't say that it didn't go through occupational health. I have no idea. I live in North Carolina. I know that when my neighbor went through this, they sent her to a walk-in clinic that was open on the weekends and have her done a regular outpatient. I would absolutely agree with that. But there's a different occupational, but the reason why that came up is because she said it went through the hospital. Like it says, Scotland Health Occupational Health Services. That's another question I'll ask tomorrow. Do you have a different occupational health somewhere? DHS is an yeah, I didn't know if maybe it was just like the name. So I'll tell you why, Damico. I'll lay it out for you very easily. When all this started, I never expected it to be where it is right now. But she kept lying and saying that I'm lying. And it's one thing if you want to lie, but don't bring other people into your lie. And she has gone on for hours about what a liar I am and that nobody should listen to me because I'm such a liar. That was her mistake. Now I'm dead set on proving that I'm not the liar. It's that simple. If she would have just said, "Oh, I don't care what Laura says, doesn't matter," then if she didn't care, I don't care kind of thing. You know what I mean? But the fact that she keeps going totally bazonkers and telling people and trying to discredit me, well, I'm going to prove that I'm not the one that's lying. That's why I'm dead set on it. But again, let me make this clear. I don't give a fuck about her CPS call. I don't give a fuck about her family. I don't give a fuck, about her medical records or anything like that. I don't care about any of that. That's not my concern. It's not my kids, why her other kids don't live with her. None of that is my concern. But I want answers. So nobody can say, well, this is how they do it here, and that is how they do it there, and this is how they do it. No, I'm going to have all the answers. Yeah, but Eliza, I'm not asking for any personal information. I'm not even mentioning Brittany's name. The answers that I'm looking for, I don't even need to make a case specific or give a name. I don't need to do any of that. I'm just asking protocol. So everything is, right there. I'm not reporting her for anything. I'm just asking protocol. And that's it. Hey, Kaz. Chewy's mom fucking hates me. I can't see them. I think I have them blocked. Is it Chewy's mom? Yeah, I think it's Chewy's mom. I do, Domiko, but I didn't lie to people. If Chewy's mom is who I think it is, they're probably calling me a moron. But I can't see them. But understand, like I said in my community post, I have no way to prove that what I'm saying is true without going right to the source. And I'm not going to do a back and forth with her forever. He said, she said, this one said this one said that. That doesn't matter to me. I have no way to show that I'm telling the truth without calling the source itself. Yeah, she did, Cookie. She said that she only signed her name and the date, and the worker filled out everything else, which is just not true. And I'll show you guys again. No, you'd be surprised. Where do we go? Okay. So going back to the beginning, she said she only signed her name. Well, for someone who only signed her name, the entire handwriting on this whole form is the same. If you missed it earlier, Cookie. Because she did say that. She said that she only signed her name and date and her signature. Which, okay, fine. Then tell me how everything is the exact same then. Tell me how the signature, the handwriting across the entire form is the same. Since you only signed your name. Things that make you go, Cookie, logically, that would be right. But you can't tell it's the exact same handwriting? Now do you get the point? Whoever filled this out, it's the exact same signature throughout the whole form. Hey, Aussie. And it could be that they filled it out, but Brittany specifically said that she only signed it and put the date on it. And there isn't even a place to put a date on it that we can see. By the way, where's the date? I'm telling you guys can laugh at me, but I think this is two different forms. I think she had one form and then laid another one over it. I don't know. Something's just way off. Why does the specimen temp say other? I don't know. Oh, that would be if it's not in range. No, that's checked in range. Other would be if it's out of range, what is the actual temperature? That's how I took it. Okay, so there is something over here, but I don't know what it is. And then what are the tests supposed to come in? She's told a lot of different stories, so I don't know. What she said tonight, though, is that she's waiting for a test, and her caseworker couldn't, and this is another thing I'm finding out, her caseworker was not allowed to email it and was not allowed to send it to her or something. It was so ridiculous. See, Damico, this argument's going to go around. You are correct. She doesn't owe anybody anything. You are correct, though. She doesn't owe anyone anything until she lies and then blames other people for lying when it's her lying. That's when she owes somebody. And there are certain people that it's not going to matter either way. But she could have cleared this up already. Hey, D, she could have cleared this up already months ago before I even knew about it. Yeah, why didn't you send a data copy to all mods? But even more specifically, tonight when she was ranting about how this was a yellow carbon copy, so why not just show it? Like I said, you wouldn't even have had to show the content of it. Just show that it was a carbon copy and there's the drug test. Real simple. You don't need the results, nothing. She couldn't even do that. And I don't think Craig even knows. The feeling I got tonight is Craig knew nothing. Eliza, that's your personal opinion. And you have every right to your opinion. But I am a person of integrity, and I am truly a person of loyalty and honesty. You are not going to sit there and call me a liar and defame my name and tell me what a liar I am. You can do that, but I'm going to prove who the liar is. And if that seems minimal to you or not worth it to you, that's how you are. But if all my riches was gone and everyone left me and I had only person in the world that was me, and I'm the only person in the world left, you know who I have? I still got me. So I have to be able to look in a mirror every day and feel that integrity. I have to look in a mirror every day and know who I am as a person. And that integrity means the world to me. So going around saying someone's lying, again, you can think I'm a liar, but I'm going to prove to the masses that I'm not the one lying. And again, if that's not good enough for you, you don't have to be here. You don't have to sub. 45 months. Damn. You're right up there with a good vibe. She's at like 50, she's probably at 60 months already. 45D. That's love. I hate all the lies too. But again, that's what I'm saying. I don't care about so much of the other stuff, but you're not going to trash my integrity and think I'm just going to sit back and take it. And I'm just going to let you run with lies about me. No, that's not going to happen. I know it is like a lifetime. Hold on. I got to let the dogs in. I think Winston ran out. Poor baby. Hold on. Come on, Booga. Hi, Winston disappeared. I don't know where Winston is. I mean, he's not outside. I think he went in with Phoenix. I heard him barking. I thought he was outside. See, that's thing. If you want to put people on hold because, like, you got to let the dogs in or something, that's okay. But you don't do it through the whole night. Jenny, I don't believe she's going after any channels. That's what I was saying before. I just don't believe she's going after any channels. I think it's all bullshit. I think she paid an attorney minimal money just to say that she has an attorney, and that's it. That's just personal opinion, though. No, I heard she say she doesn't have ADHD. Don't say my dog's in the pool. Winston's like 4 pounds. I'm a new chat, but would like to give my input respectfully, but don't want to make anyone jump on me about it. Do you want a link? Is that what you're asking? Said she did tonight. No, I've heard her say she does, but I've also heard her say she doesn't. Like, I heard she said in the past she doesn't, but I can assure you someone with ADHD, Winston couldn't get in the pool. Someone with ADHD doesn't nod out. That I can promise. Oh, there's Winston. Told you he was with Phoenix. Come here, you little fur ball. Come here. I don't know where you went. What? What's up, my little furry worry? Leslie, do you want a link? Is that what you were asking? Yeah, no, I have ADHD. Nobody nods out. And show him to know I look like shit. I wouldn't even turn on the camera now. I probably have wax in my hair and air freshener beads. Yeah, I don't know. But I have heard her said it, but yeah, someone with ADHD doesn't nod out like she does. Trust me, it's 3:00 in the morning, and here I am. Yeah, ADHD means you're always hyper. You definitely would nod out. Oh no, she has said it recently. She has said it very recently that she has ADD or ADHD, and everyone said no, she doesn't. What's the matter, boo boo? Were you sleeping with Phoenix? Were you sleeping? Ooh, your breath stinks. 36 months. Woo woo. According to Tony New York, I only have 5 members. Oop. What? We called it ADD a long time ago. I don't know. I've had it forever. As far as the drug test, I had to do one in Kentucky for CPS for a custody case. Sent me to a hospital, and then they sent it off to a lab to verify results. CPS here will not email them. Yeah, I don't know for sure if CPS will email them or not. It's one of the questions that I'm asking them tomorrow because I've never heard of them not being able to email them. Like, how else would you get them? Snail mail? Oh, that's what it was. That's what it was. She said results couldn't be given over the phone and they couldn't be emailed. Which, if it's negative, I don't get what the big deal would be. Can't see red. Why can't I see Red's comments? Yeah, I don't see Red's comments. Let me try over here. See, I thought of that too. How would she have these results then? And here's my other question. Why, just why would CPS give you temporary results? Why would they give you a copy of temporary results? That doesn't make sense to me either. Like, I can't imagine her going in for a drug test like, here you go. Here's your temporary results. Why would she need them? Oh, there you are, Red. I could see when it's not on StreamYards, I could see you. The thing is, I saw a CPS report from the first time they came to the house, and it was on the same carbon paper. What was? A drug test? Okay, you will get an instant result, and CPS doesn't give you that paper. The place you go to will. That's what I'm saying. Here's your temporary results to show on the internet. Hey, Kelly, that's kind of how I saw it. CPS for on the drug test on the same type of paper? That's impossible. Her CPS report and a full drug test can't be on the same paper. That's impossible. Yeah, I know they send it to another lab. That I do know. Oh, I agree, Red. She's so mad because I called her out. Oh, yeah, we were joking about showing it on the internet. I understand what you're saying. Most people don't show it on. Yeah, I agree. There's no. Oh, that's a good point, Dixie. Wait, Dixie's got a good point. The report that she's showing, though. All right, hold on. This means something. Hold on. Let's back up. Tinfoil hat back on. Sorry, Winsty. Tinfoil hat back on. Think about this for a second. All right? Tell him, Red. Think about this for a second. If Megan said that Megan saw her first CPS report, the drug test was on the CPS report, and it was all in one. Okay. That CPS call was September 9th, wasn't it? Wasn't that the September 9th call? So if that's true, then this is fake again. Because September 9th is the date she's saying this happened. Yeah, the first CPS report, if it was done at the house, oh, you're saying it was also written on carbon paper. So I just can't see a CPS report and a drug test being on the same paper. Or like the same page. Yeah, but I don't see a date on anything, Amy. I don't know what Moon was saying on that. because this is allegedly the same thing that Moon had, and there's no date on it. So I don't know where she got the March thing. But you guys get what I'm saying? No, stop. Go away. Go lay down. If all of this happened on September 9th, which is the first CPS call, if the first CPS call is when this happened, you wouldn't get 2 temporaries. In my opinion, that's when it goes back to the fake paper, that half of it's one thing and half of it's the other. And I don't know North Carolina, I'll find out tomorrow, but I can't imagine getting a carbon copy instead of just picking up a report of them emailing you a report, but I don't know. Didn't she say CPS worker could also tell she wasn't on drugs, so she didn't have to be drug tested? That I don't remember. I didn't watch her that much. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt she said that. But I don't know. But that's why people clip her. And I mean, I don't know. I could not go through all her fucking lives. That's true too, Tony. She did say that, but someone else had called and they called her and asked her to come in for the test. Test is it supposed to come in? She keeps saying the drug test. I know what you meant, Cookie Slammer. Exactly, D. If she hadn't come at me about what a liar I am and spent all this time and I'm a liar, no, I'm going to prove I'm not a liar. And that I am extremely credible. Let me tell you something, Eliza. I'm going to say this. If Brittany did lose her kids, it's Brittany's fault. Nobody could cause Brittany to lose her kids but Brittany. Don't ever forget that. Nobody can cause someone to lose their kids except the parents that aren't doing a good job. And that's fact. Nobody from YouTube can cause her to lose her kids. Only she can. So what is it you're reading then? I'm thought this okay. If you came in late, this right here is the alleged drug test that she took. The preliminary one, that's, she's changed. But we found this online. A very similar one online with the exact same font and everything. So I think that I think underneath is the real test. And I think this whole sheet is fabricated. Not from YouTube wants the dumb bitch to lose her kids. I mean, in all fairness, she's lost 3 of her kids. What's 2 more? But no. I'm not concerned with her family life. That's on her. It takes too much effort for me to lie. I would never sit down and write them down. She doesn't write them down. That's the problem. No, she's the one that's named lab work. She went on this whole kick tonight about her lab stuff. Guys, I'm going to say this again. I can't stress it enough. DHS doesn't take your kids if you're a drug addict on prescription drugs. They'll put together a parenting plan. They'll put together stop. They'll put together a parenting plan. They'll, help you get through it if, there's a problem, but they do not automatically take your kids for drugs. I know lots of drug addicts, they got to keep their kids. She did lose 3 of her kids. She did. She didn't raise 3 of her kids. I'm sorry, Eliza, that's a fact. I can't help it. I mean, that's a fact. She did not raise her 3 kids. Whether she lost them or not, I have no idea, but she didn't raise her 3 kids. She's raising her 2 boys. Her other 3 kids live elsewhere and always have. So how she lost them, I don't know. Why they didn't grow up with their mom, I don't know. But she didn't raise her kids. No, I'm not repeating anything. Why do you guys argue facts? That's facts. She did not raise her other 3 kids. They've lived with the father's parents or something. Or the grandmother and then the father's parents. I don't know why you guys are fucking arguing with me. I can't help facts. I mean, should I have said that they took them? No, I don't know if CPS took them or not. So that was bad wording. But she didn't raise her 3 kids. And when she got sober, she didn't take them back. So there's that. Samiko, she did not raise her other kids. I don't know why this is so hard for you guys to comprehend. Her other 3 kids were raised by the father's family or her mother and then the father's family. What the dynamic is, why, I don't know. I don't care to know. But I do know that she left with Craig, her 2 boys, and didn't raise the other 3. Sorry, not sorry. If you don't want to face the facts, to me, you don't want to know what I think of it. But sorry. Yeah, they don't live with her. The grandparents raised them. She's perfectly capable of raising all her kids, and she didn't. The grandparents raised them. I think that's gross, but that's not my business. That's a good point, Demon. I never said they weren't in Britt's life. At no point did I ever say they weren't in Britt's life. My point is saying that she was in active addiction, according to her, with 3 of them. Okay. But then when she got sober, she didn't take them back. Sorry. I have a problem with that. You want my honest opinion? I'll give you my honest opinion. If you're in active addiction and you can't take care of your kids, I get it. But when you get sober, you don't run off with this fucking loser and have 2 more babies and just leave the others with your grandparents. Sorry, that's not a good mom to me. You made me say it. You forced me to say it. I said it. And if you don't like my answer, sorry. But I've seen this happen before. You leave your other kids, you find a new man, and you have kids with the new man, and it's fuck your old kids, and you leave them with their dad. It's fucking disgusting to me, but it's not my business. That's why I never really talked about it. It's not my business. But even I heard someone jump on our panel today. Yes, my kids were young and I never lost them. And I gave up drugs for my kids. Just saying. But and I was functional. But anyway, someone went up on our panel today and somebody said something about her having 2 kids, and she didn't even correct them. That's like when Phoenix and Sage are both away at college, someone says you have 1 kid. No, I have 3 kids. The fact that she doesn't even correct people when she said that is fucking weird to me. Like, no, Brittany, you have 5 kids, not 2. You have 5. But she looks at it as she has 2. Except when it suits her. Then she has 5. But again, I'm not getting into it, kids. Not my business. I'm just saying. And in saying that, why is it out of the realm of possibility she's on substance with the younger 2? Like, I don't get why that's so hard to comprehend for her defenders. As a grandparent raising my granddaughter, because my daughter is an addict, it would depend on how long they haven't been with her. I don't know, Leslie. Honestly, I don't get into her family life. I really, truly don't. Part of the reason, because I have my opinions. And as someone that raised 3 kids alone, I'm sorry, I got a hard time. Yeah, there were times that were tough. There's times that it's still tough. You know, sometimes you just don't know where food's coming from, where money's coming from, where how you paying electric. It happens. It happens to the best of us. How you paying for a wedding? You know, it just happens. But I couldn't imagine having my kids raised by someone else. They're my kids, and I'll figure it out. But that's just me. Again, I'm not judging anybody. I'm not. It's just me. Sometimes she accepts the daughter, she mostly ignores the older 2 boys, etc. Yeah, I've never heard her talk about her other kids, ever. I've heard her talk about the little ones, but I've never heard her talk about her other kids. Oh, see, Leslie, you get it then. You know what I'm saying. You have 6 kids? Damn, good for you. Imagine having 6 kids today. Shit. Who can afford that? Who was with my parents and my kids at some point? When my father died, I was helping my mother. My mom wasn't helping me. I was helping my mother when my father died. And when my twins were first born. 11 grandkids? Ouch. That's a lot. I got 3 of those too. Damn, that's crazy though. I want a grandkid. I told Sage that. When you give me grandkids? I said, not yet. Get married first. Enjoy life. Why do I only have 121 thumbs up? 400 people and I have 120 thumb ups. Come on, guys. Hit that thumb up. It's free. Stay mom for a month after my first kid. No, I stayed with my parents the first 10 months when my babies were born. My twins were born. I didn't know what the fuck I was going to do with twins. And then I moved to another state and I never moved back. Well, except my dad died. I helped my mom out. I won't live for 12 little ones. Pinky, I agree with you. 390 people haven't hit the thumbs up. But yeah, I mean, I'm not getting into her family life, her kid life, not my problem. It does not concern me. I don't care. I was just giving my own personal opinion on it. I respect somebody who struggles, who will live in a box, but it would absolutely pick their kids over a man. And when I see certain dynamics, no, that's not picking kids over a man. But it's not my business, just my thought. But at the same time, I never said that the kids weren't in her life. I have no idea if they are. I see girl next door, that's what I hear. That's what my mom says. That with as a grandparent, it's different because you're not quote unquote responsible like you are if it's your child. But that's what I hear. The love that you get from a grandparent is totally different than what you get as a parent. But I just want a little granddaughter. But I'll probably get 5 grandsons and then I'll die. I didn't see what she wrote. She made demonizing comments, bashing her again. This is a. Oh, please, Eliza. Hold on. Oh, trashing her again is a full blown war now with just like other. Oh, Eliza, no, 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 no. See, that's the problem. You think it's a full blown war. There's no full blown war. I'm not in a war with her. She's the one that keeps running her mouth. The expiration date, though, from what we found, it can go up to like 18 months. And I tried, just so everyone knows, I tried looking up a lot number. I think that stuff, the lot number and everything, I think that's from a previous test because I can't get anything on lot numbers. Shut up, Laura. Enjoy your 50s. I'll be 60 in December. Ah, I can't believe my baby's going to be 18 in a few months. Ouch. I want them to be little babies again. Just little babies, little tots running around. And the expiration date is on the urine test cup. Yeah, the urine, though, that expires in like 24 hours. I agree. If BJ would shut the fuck up and be honest, stop talking as much, she'd be all right. No, my thing is like I was listening to nonsense for a couple of minutes before. I have zero desire to go through her boring ass lives and um critique them. I have zero desire to do that. I don't know how these people sit there and listen to her lives and then listen to them again and then go to another channel, listen to them again. I could not. I find nothing interesting about that, nothing exciting about that, nothing. She's just not good enough to critique. So that's why when people say, "Oh, you're just like the rest," no, I'm not. The only thing I'm gonna do is show the lives. I show the lies that pertain to something I said. Her lives are so boring. That's why I don't understand it. You get 1,000 people going from one live to the next, critiquing the same fucking live. It's so boring. I just don't get it. And that's something I would never do. Why can't I see Gigi? She must have me blocked. I'm sorry your back hurts. That's where I'm at. If it's not drugs, something else. I knew I wasn't on drugs. I'd be even more scared. Yeah, but you have to have the passion for the drama. It's not just drama. You have to have passion about what you're talking about. I think we got rid of her or she left. If a person in that steps of recovery states 12 and online is threatening that. Huh? Seen a date, said it, realized she messed up and walked it back. Yeah, Moon did walk it back, but I don't see a date on this. I don't know what that date was. Eliza, I'm in a drama community. Sorry. Her subs are idiot savants. Now that was okay, Tony. You could have left that. Eliza is 2 above you, Susie. Cinnamon, I agree. Just like said, I didn't say you were an idiot. Jamie, this is what I don't understand either. This is why I was blown away. Nonsense has gone after her the longest, and Jay goes after her the hardest. Those are 2 people she's not sending stuff to. Yeah, I can't see Gigi. Why is she not sending C&Ds to the 2 people that bother her the most? I can't figure that one out. Yeah, nonsense has been going after her for almost 2 years now. A year and a half, like the longest. And Jay, she always says goes after her the hardest. So wouldn't they be the first 2 you're sending a C&D to? These might recall subs. I'm sorry, Eliza. Do you not hear what she says about me and my subs? Do you know that she's attacked my mods? Do you know that she threatened my mods? I bet you didn't know that, Eliza, but she did. And I have the proof. The poof. All right, tinfoil hat back on. I'm telling you guys, this is 2 different papers. I'm convinced of it now, that this is literally 2 different pages. She had this half from something, and then this half. Just because of the way it goes flat. And it's 2 different pages. I'm telling you guys. You can't. Where's a piece of paper? I'm gonna put a piece of paper on my keyboard. I'm gonna try something. Hold on. All right. If I have a piece of paper, okay, and I curve it a little, I'm curving at the end. There's no way that I can turn it only at the bottom. This paper was straight. It was actually going down on the right, not on the left. and then it gets straight. And then all of a sudden it's turned. That's physically impossible. That's literally physically impossible to do. And if you don't believe me, try it right now. Even at different angles, you can't. This is totally different. There's no way you could do that if it was straight here. And it is straight. Do you guys see what I'm saying? Concentrate on this. Like, no joke. Yeah, I'll even make it bigger. Hold on. Where's StreamYards? All right, look. I know you guys think I'm crazy. But we see how it goes up and it comes down a little on the right. That's how it works when you're holding it. Okay, I'm with you, Susie. Follow this, though. Follow me down. All right? It's still curved, but now it straightens out, which it could be straight just from, turning it or whatever. All right? You guys are with me. First, it was a little curved, and then it comes down a little. Okay, no problem. It's straight. The page is straight. We get that. We see that. Come down a little. As soon as it hits this, it's going up on the right. So it went from being straight to all of a sudden being turned a little. But here's the catch. Oh, no, I guess this is turned a little too. But then all of a sudden it gets really crooked with different coloring. How did it go from being slightly slanted to being straight to being mega slanted? I know it's very tinfoilish, but try it with a piece of paper. You guys will see it's impossible. You can't do it. Thanks, Lizzie. But you see, you just can't do it. Try it with a piece of paper if you think I'm fucking crazy. Even on an angle, it can't go all of a sudden crooked. When it was straight from that angle. Tinfoil hats on, but think about it. You can also curve in Photoshop. Yeah. But do you see what I'm getting at, though? If the whole paper was turned, I get it. If the whole paper was slanted, go to the bottom of the page. It actually turns a bit to the left crooked. That's what I'm saying. And look how dark this is as compared to up here. All three of these are the exact same color. The gray, and the gray is exactly identical. So we know it's all one form. This is much darker. Think about that. And it's turned. I'm telling you, I think it's a different form placed on top. Now, it could be total tinfoil time. Tinfoil hat activated. And I'm not saying I'm right. I could be way wrong. But that's what it looks like to me. It just looks like it's two different forms meshed together. Like, I believe this is all one. And I believe this is one. But I don't believe that it's the same form. I agree with that too. This test is not facts. No. This is filed out by 2 different people. The writing is not the same. It is also Brenda. Brenda. Are you really gonna tell me that this handwriting and this handwriting is different? Like, really? You think that this and this is 2 different people? And that this and this is not the same? And that this was not written by the same person that wrote this? Are you joking? And I agree with that too, UA. I don't think she thought anyone would look this deeply into it. I totally agree with that. But seriously, Brenda, all jokes aside, you're going to tell me this and this isn't the same handwriting? Because if you do, I'm going to tell you need better glasses. This and this is the exact same handwriting. The ends are exactly the same. So, Brenda, let me ask you something. When I prove tomorrow, sure do I can tell right away. So you don't think this and this is the same person? You don't think this handwriting and this handwriting is identical? You think that it's coincidence that they both make their A's the exact same way? Just curious. Because do you know what the odds would be for 2 women to make the exact same A? Do you know what the odds of that would be? Very, very slim. Or to make their O's the exact same way? Where's the C? C, yeah, yeah, C's are the same. But I'm looking at the N, the A, the S. Brenda, you don't think the N's are the same? How about this and this? You think these are the same? Look at this Brittany Jackson and look at this Brittany Jackson. Do you think these were signed by the same person? Just curious. Just tell me if you think this one and this one were signed by the same person. The A's are not the same. Okay, so you don't think these 2 signatures were the same? These 2 right here. You don't think that's the same? No, I'm just curious if you don't think these are the same. Yeah, the A's all have the same curl. The R, the I. But it's interesting that she doesn't think these 2 are the same. When Brittany said that these two were the same. So, Brenda, make that make sense. Because according to your girl, she did both of these. So tell me again how they're not the same when Brittany admitted to doing both of these? Yeah, that's what I thought. Brenda's gonna deny everything. Yeah, that's ridiculous. These are, and okay, so I lied right there though. She didn't say they were the same. Brittany said that she signed, she printed her name and made her signature, which would be this line. You cannot tell me this name and this name were not signed by the same fucking person. If you don't think these two signatures are the same, you are beyond help. Absolutely beyond help. How do you do that, Aisha? I don't know how to do that. Yeah, these are identical. Even the T's, look at the way they do the T's, the N's, the E, the Y, the B. Look at the B. This, all right, are the same. The Lauren and C are different. Brenda, listen to me. I tricked you, Brenda. These, according to Brittany, were not the same. According to Brittany, she only did this line. This is according to Brittany. She only printed her name and signed her signature. This is not Brittany. So I'm glad that you agree that these are the exact same. But according to Brittany, she didn't do both of these. She only did these. So you want to say that again? How these are the same? They absolutely are. This entire fucking page is the same. Hysterical that you can't see that. And the B on here, the B is done the exact same way as this B, and it's also done the exact same way as that B. Yeah, this is the printed name. Let me do it. This is the printed name, Brenda, right here. Print, name, signature. She did say that. That would not be her. This line right here would be done by a caseworker, and she would have to check off which box, either photo ID or employee representative, whatever. Brenda, this right here is printed. The donor identification, she wouldn't sign. This isn't something that she would sign. She wouldn't be able to put her notes on the. Yes, I agree. Knowledge is power. Look where it says donor verified by. It says photo ID, employer, representative. Is any. No, none of them were checked. Brenda, you're going to find out tomorrow this entire thing is fake. Her name wouldn't be in the notes section. She fucked up. Exactly. It says notes, Brittany Jackson. No, that's not where her name would be. What I think it is, I think when she was writing this up, she signed it in the wrong spot. That's what I think. I mean, she put her name in the wrong spot. As hard as Brenda fights for BJ. Well, I missed that. the fallout when she realized how much money she's been scammed out of is found to be something else. I agree with that. We already know from legal invoice not very good at scamming, but this time she looked up a template. Yeah, but she didn't look up too hard. Yeah, they need to verify photo ID, employer. They would have done something with this if this was legit. I'm trying to be I'm telling you, I'm sorry, Brenda. Please save your money. At least till tomorrow. After tomorrow, when I show that this is all fake and she lied, please save your money. Just hold off till tomorrow. Brenda, this entire thing is fake, Brenda. I'm not getting a subpoena. Oh, I thought Brenda wrote that. No bench, no. And yeah, you could put it in the wrong spot, but they would have crossed it out. And they would have had photo ID or employee representative. But we're going over a paper, the whole thing is fake, so it doesn't even matter. And I'm going to prove it tomorrow. The state NC is in capitals if it's a state. That is in capitals. That one's in capitals. Oh, Nina, I'm telling you, people are laughing at me like, you're just jumping on a bandwagon. No, I just learned about it. I had no idea. I wonder how could you know? I didn't know. I swear to you, I didn't know. Yeah, but I don't watch those channels. That's the thing. I just don't watch them. I mean, I watch Queen Bee sometimes, but I've never I don't watch Jay at all. Granny, I stopped watching like 2 years ago. Um, and I just saw, people dogpiling, and I knew Brittany, and I figured it would have to do with Granny, and I've said it 100 times. If it wasn't for QB's, if it wasn't for Granny watching stream that day, I would have never known. I would have had no clue. Now, all I'm telling Brenda is just wait one more day. Once I get all the information, and after that, you can make an informed decision. You could donate to her millions of dollars if you want. I don't care. But you should have an informed decision before you do. That's all. All I can do is put it out there. Because like I said, I'll say this till the cows come home. What I'm not doing, I'm not going through her streams and picking her apart and bashing her, because she breathed wrong or I'm not doing any of that. I don't ever want to do any of that. That's to me is a waste of time. I only focus on the shit that matters. The shit that matters is her scamming, her lying, and her falsifying documents. That's what I care about. All the bullshit in between, I could give 2 fucks less. No, but from what I heard, I can't say for sure. From what I heard, Brenda got a lot of money from back, I don't know, Social Security or something, and I would rather save her money and go on vacation. I'd rather save her money, get a puppy. Brenda said the NNC were different. Huh? Oh, that's true. She has earned the nickname Griffney. And I'll tell you the other thing that pisses me off. Fake Christians piss me off. Someone that is very religious doesn't say Jesus every time her kid like, that's stuff I say. As an agnostic, I'd be like, "Jesus fucking Christ." Something like that, or I'd be like, "Really, dude?" Um, and say something, with the Lord's name or whatever. Non-Christians do that. I have never heard my diehard Christian son ever say, "Jesus Christ," or something like that, like she does, ever. No joke. Never. Never heard Sage say it either. I think all of you need to get real jobs and stay away from YouTube. It's cool to have shown you watch, but not every day. I can't even get $500 to fix my tooth, and I'm chronically disabled. I'm sorry. Start a YouTube channel. Brittany and Craig need to watch Charlie Kirk's widow speak today about Christianity. I didn't say Brenda was stupid. I never said Brenda was stupid. But I would like to see Brenda save her money and save it for herself, not waste it on somebody that's lying to her. Oh, speaking of lies, I don't care if you guys are QB fans. I gotta fucking say this because I was dying. I was listening to her for like, I don't know, 15 minutes. Her and B Tim were up there. B Tim is sitting there trying to give fucking BJ advice about saving money. What? And how they're not using their proper investments and all this other shit. While he's sitting, I was listening to Sinner. While he's sitting there next to QB is pulling in about 30,000 a month, who buys all these things, and they're both having this conversation. I could not believe it. I was like, "B Tim, are you really this fucking stupid? What do you think QB does with her money?" I really don't think he understands how much money she makes. She has bought cars, she has bought houses, she has bought a lot of stuff, and he just doesn't get it. No, he doesn't tell QB the same. That's the point. He doesn't. Because QB's sitting like, "I can't afford to buy this. I can't afford to buy that." QB, stop. Yes, you can. Just stop. It was really sad. Yeah, Craig said he could pay for the lawyer. No, it's not Jenny. I'm saying that B Tim was like such an idiot. Like, I could not believe he's sitting there running his mouth to someone who's pulling in probably more money than her lawyer at the moment. And he's like, "She should really invest it, blah, blah, blah." And you have QB over there going, "I couldn't afford this. I couldn't afford that." Oh, stop. It was really funny. And Senna was pretty on point with what he was saying, and I agreed with him 100%. Like, BJ doesn't make a quarter of what QB makes. Just in Super Chat, forget the legal fund. So I had a laugh. I was like, "What an idiot." I just couldn't believe it. Gave that much to BJ? Who did? Craig is an idiot. Hate? That's a strong word. Sometimes he's very easy to listen to, though. Like, I was wrapping up some orders, and he was very easy to listen to. Denise, exactly. I just couldn't believe he's sitting there trying to give them advice. That's true. They have amethyst. I'll agree with that. Whoa. Oh, I'm not even on screen. Whoop. Suspect sue, yes. Oh. Craig thinks he's God's hottest creation. It's gross. Yeah, Craig is gross. But again, not my problem. That's her headache, not mine. I would never date him, but that's me. That was the smartest comment I've seen tonight. What? Which comment? All right, guys, you got like 6 minutes. It's 4:00 in the morning already. I gotta get to bed. I tired. Which was the best comment? Think BJ has him sit with her when she's live so we won't go to TikTok by himself. I think they sit next to each other. Oh, God, thank you for reminding me. Okay, here's another thing she said. Let me just block out the actual address, even though everyone knows it. I don't want to dox it. So BJ said tonight, oh, I'm so glad you reminded me. BJ said tonight that I was lying. She has multi rooms in her house. Her kids all have their own bedroom, blah, 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 blah. And why would they say that she only has a 3-bedroom house? I'm going to show you why. Hang on. Oh, look, I just happen to have it pulled up. Let me just block out the address. Put it over here. Okay. So, Brittany, you want to know why people say that you have a 3-bedroom? Let me show you why. What does that say? Oh, man, I showed the wrong one. Fuck. Well, it don't matter now. I just fucking blocked out the damn address. There it is. What the fuck? Hold on. Okay. What does that say? 3-bedroom. So, Brittany, where do you have multiple rooms? I'm just curious. You have a 3-bedroom house. So, where's all these extra rooms coming from? And you also only have 1150. Okay. I have a 4-bedroom, 2-bath at 1,700 square feet. Can you please tell me where in 1,100-foot house you're going to have so many bedrooms? You have 3 bedrooms and 1 bath. Yeah, she said her sons have their own rooms. She's got an office. She says all these things. And why would anybody say she has a 3-bedroom house? Gee, I wonder. Because you have a 3-bedroom house? So where's your office? And she said it tonight. I have many rooms. I have way more than 3 bedrooms. Did you build a bedroom outside? So you wonder why people say you have a 3-bed. There's only 3 bedrooms in your house. Well, gee, I wonder why. Why can't they have their own rooms as a couple with 2 children? They absolutely could, Lydia, but you're missing it. She said that each boy has their own room, they have a room, they have an office, and they have another room. That's what she said. That's a lie. Okay, Lydia. If you wanna believe that, you go right ahead and believe that. Looking at the house on Zillow, I don't even see where there could be an attic, but that's not my concern. She did say she has 4 bedrooms and the kids had their own rooms and her and Craig's room. Yeah, 4 people live in the house. So, I'm just saying, though, that she wonders where everybody got the idea that she had 3 bedrooms. Well, that's why. There's a vaulted room upstairs, and we heard her stomping upstairs to yell at Craig at TikTok. Okay. So, Brittany wanted to know why anyone said she had a 3-bedroom house. That's why. Now they have a second house, Kinsley? Okay, Kinsley. Whatever you say. Now they have 2 houses. Okay. That's not the house they live in. Okay, what's the other house? That's the house that's on the filing. I don't know. That's the house that was on the filing. Yeah, it's Craig's house. Oh, that may be the rental house? Good, then I don't feel bad. I'm not showing Brittany's house. Good. Supposedly a second home that was a rental, but I think I heard them say it's not livable. The house they live in. See, that's what I said. The house looked different. The person that showed that to me, I said, "You sure that's the house? It looks different." I knew it. I knew it. So how did anybody get the address of the other one if this is the one that's on the filing? That's my question. Yeah, but the rental house isn't livable, they said. It shows up? No, seriously, I said to UA, I said, "That's not the house. That doesn't look like the house. It looks different." She's like, "That's what's on the filing." That's what I said, she had a porch. See, UA, I knew I was right. I knew I wasn't fucking crazy. You ain't getting me in trouble and shit. Yeah, I have no desire to look up property records. I just wanted to show why people are saying it's a 3-bedroom house. But if the rental property isn't livable, then it's really kind of pointless. But I knew it wasn't right. I even said that. I'm like, this isn't what the house looks like. And she said, that's what's on the filing. It shouldn't be on the filing. She doesn't live there, and the house isn't in her name, but whatever's. Yeah, see, I don't know all that. I don't even care. The only thing I was showing is that she has a 3-bedroom, and that's where people got a 3-bedroom from. That was my only point. It's her address, Craig's house. Yeah, so you guys all know the address. I don't even care. I just wanted to see how big the house was. As she's sprouting, they have all these rooms. Well, at least you haven't seen mice crawl around the bed. Can't say the same for others. Public records in both houses are tiny. Not real big. Yeah, but 1,100 square feet, that's hard. I mean, I don't feel like we have enough room, and we have 1,700 and 3 dogs. Like, for 3 people, it's a good size, but once 4 people, it's a lot. I guess it's what you're used to. Now, I wouldn't say 1,100 is mid-size at all. 1,100 is very small. What was the dog? You think that was a dog? That wasn't a dog. I'm glad you think it was a dog. It wasn't a dog. That was way too small to be a dog. And way too quick. Tinker, let me ask you something. Just curious. 15 people in here stated that they knew the address and all the other things about the address, and the only one you pull out is UA. Why is that? 15 other people commented public records and all this other stuff, and the only person that you go after is UA. Why? Just curious. Why is that? Almost everyone in chat said it. The chair was covering up most of it when it went behind. I don't know about that. I'm going to look again. Hey, Kerb. Hold on. Where is that? Whoop. Well, no, you actually can't. But I'm just curious why you chose her when everybody was saying it.
Roger's back.
Whoop. I mean, volume. Yeah, that's not a dog. Sorry, not sorry. That's not a dog. I just slowed it down. That is not a dog at all. I don't know if it'll show you because it's Yeah, I won't show it because it's fucking, yeah, that's not a dog. You can see it clear as day. That is a little mouse. Ugh. I would fucking freak. Um, I don't know how to show you guys. Because Discord, even if I do entire screen, it won't show. Maybe I can download it. Oh, yeah, I can. Hold on. Oh, I can download it. All right, let me see if it'll work. Hold on. Video?
Yes, we unlocked a new...
Right there. That's not a dog. No, you're not blocked. That's not a dog. That is a mouse. You see the tail and everything. Oh. So go ahead and tell me how that's a dog. Guys, that's not a little dog. Sorry. Yeah, that's not a dog. That's a mouse. 100% that's a mouse. That's not a dog. Yeah. When you slow it down, you could see it very easily. It looked like she kind of was holding it and threw it down. Maybe she picked it up. Because I think she even said, look who's back. Yeah, that's a mouse. Ugh. Ugh. I don't care if it is a pet. That's gross. Put a mouse on your bed. Blech. Yuck. I don't know if she tried to play it off or what. I have no idea. Someone showed it to me. I was like, oh my God. Me too. That's just gross. There it is. Blech. Nasty. Is that what that is? I don't know what that is. No, this isn't Brittany's. And yes, I can tell what that is. It's pretty fucking obvious what that is. But no, this isn't Brittany's. Has nothing to do with Brittany's. So pull down your fucking pants. It's on the floor by our shoes. Oh, that's the floor? Oh, that's so gross. Right, Crown Maria's like, ew. That's a fucking mouse. Yeah. Lydia, bye. You don't need to be here then. Bye-bye. This had nothing to do with Brittany. The mouse is not Brittany's. Sorry. Do you want me to say it's Brittany? Fucking idiot. Look. Someone just sent it to me. Like, what do you think this is? Ew, that's a mouse. I know what that is. Yuck. I don't do mice. No, no, no. They fucking freak me out. It's a massager. Oh, God. Don't even say that. Between a mouse and a massager? Blech. Gross. Yucky, yucky. All right. I got to get sleep, though. It's almost 4:30 in the morning. No, that was a tiny little mouse. Hey, Kurt. No, it's not Brittany's mouse. It was Moose. Moon. But I do think she had it in her hand. Like, I think maybe it's a pet mouse. I wouldn't put it past her to have a pet mouse. And I could have sworn she said, look who's back. So it may be a friendly one. No, that wasn't a rat. That was a baby mouse. But ugh. But everyone's like freaking out. Like, no, I never said it was Brittany's. Brittany doesn't have a mouse. It's not Brittany's house. Let me say it again. That was not on Brittany. That was not Brittany's house. That was a mouse that had nothing to do with Brittany. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Brittany had mice. She lives in like the middle of the woods. Of course she's gonna have mice. Just like in Iowa, you get mice. If you live by the fields, cornfields, yeah, you're gonna get mice. I wouldn't be surprised. Honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if Brittany's house had mice. That's what happens when you live in the woods. That's not BJ's rat in a basket. No. She probably names her fleas. No, Amy, let me tell you. I grew up in New York City. You want to see a fucking rat? Oh my God. I once saw a rat in New York City subway. I will never forget it. I am still fucking freaked out by it. I swear to God, it was the size of a fucking cat. It was huge, and it was underneath the subway, and it's probably 35 years ago, and I still remember it like it was yesterday. It was white and dirty, and it was fucking huge. And when I tell you it was probably the size of a cat, I'm not lying. It was that big. And I'll never forget it. It was so gross. And it was a guy with 2 pet rats. Bleh. But yeah, I'll never forget it. No, all mice have long tails. Actually, rats have short tails. It's a big old rat. Yeah, I just don't do mice. Me and mice don't see eye to eye. I say put them in a trap and snap the fuck out of them. Boof. Winston's laying on his back. Yes, I'm going to call tomorrow or later today, and we're going to straighten the whole thing out. I'm going to get all the answers. Tinker, I am not doing anything. I am not going low. I am calling somebody out who's lying about me. And if you don't like it, I'm sorry. I'm not doing anything. You don't have to be here. I'm not saying anything low. You people act like I've never had numbers before. I'm not making tons of Sinner makes more money than I do. Let's stop the bullshit. I'm sick and tired of people acting like I'm making fucking money, like, nonsense or Clue. I ain't fucking even coming. I haven't gotten a super chat all fucking night. So let's stop this bullshit. I'm so sick and fucking tired of hearing it from you. Nobody's forcing you to fucking be here. I'm just calling out something that I see. I'm not going low. I'm not being mean. I'm not going after her. Just stop. Like, seriously, you make it out like I'm fucking like QB or something. Just cut your shit. You listen to fucking Sinner talk down to every female around here, and you got no problem with it. You got no fucking problem with lies that he tells. That you have no problem with. But I'm calling out a fucking liar who's lying about me, and I'm going so low. Bitch, stop. Like, seriously, fucking stop. You get downright mean to those little mice. No, I just don't like mice. Me and mice don't get along. No, I'm sick and tired of the fucking double standard from some of my ex mods. They can sit in chats where someone lies 24 fucking 7. They could sit in chats where someone goes after someone for no apparent reason, for shit that happened whenever. But someone lies about me and tells a whole bunch of fucking lies, and all of a sudden I'm the one going low. Get the fuck out of here. And they also act like I've never fucking had numbers before. Give me a fucking break. It's like I'm like this new person. Oh, enjoy the numbers. I used to get fucking 400 or 500 just from hitting a live. There's some reason we don't have many mice. You don't have mice in Georgia? It just reminded me, I gotta reach out to fucking Kimberly. Oh, good night, Red. Oh, do you know what I'm saying though? Tinker's an ex-mod. Yes. She wasn't me for a long time. That's why I don't understand. Like I said, you sit with fucking Sinner who lies. Half the shit that comes out of his mouth is a fucking lie. But that you have no problem with. You have no problem him going low on a lot of people. That you have no problem with. But someone fucking tells me I'm a liar and I'm not allowed to prove it. That means I'm going low. Come on, Tinker, stop. Have you not heard the shit that Brittany runs her mouth about me? The fuck out of here. So, at a happy note, Oh. Yo, houses are cheap where she lives. I haven't gone low at all, Tinker. At all. If I was gonna go low, I agree, Susie. If I was gonna go low, then I would jump on the bandwagon of reviewing her lives and all that other stuff. Tinker, I care about her children. I don't talk about her fucking children. Did you hear me talk about her kids? No. Am I allowed to give an opinion on things? Yeah, I am. I absolutely am. I can give a fucking opinion on whatever I want. You don't have to listen to it. But I haven't gone low at all. I have kept my composure. I have kept my fucking cool. I don't care about the stupid little things. But again, I see you sit in chats of people that do 10 times fucking worse. You got no problem with the shit that fucking Sinner said about me. That you have no problem with. Get the fuck out of here. You show this double standard all the fucking time. Thank you, Leslie. Thank you. And Leslie came in arguing with me. Oh my God, why are you up? Thank you, love. Your box is going out tomorrow. Or today, not tomorrow, today, later today. But I'm the only one who hasn't talked about her kids. But thank you so much. Thanks, Fred. But you know what I'm saying, though? I don't fucking do any of that. But I am going to bed. I am tired. That's what happens. Thank you, UA, for sticking it out. Tinker, I'm in Sinner's chats, even if I don't say anything. I'm in Sinner's chats. You don't say fucking anything when he runs his mouth. Nothing. You don't go in his chat interrupting him and running it when he's running his mouth or when he lies. You got no problem with that. You don't say anything. Stop. Just stop. All right. Let me look real quick while you're here. Oh. Aw. You don't have to give me that much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's all right. I was just showing that it was 3-bedroom. But thank you so much, Tara. Miss you. Like, I really, really appreciate it. Speaking of, I got to pay rent today. Bleh. I fucking hate paying rent. I think all houses should be free. Nobody should have to pay rent ever. No mortgages, no house, no nothing. That's my motto. So, all right, but I'll see you guys later. I gotta get to bed. I gotta work tomorrow, and I gotta send out 3 different boxes, and I have more candles to make. So, I will see you people later. All right. Can you believe it's almost fucking October? I wish I had money to buy a new car. What are you crazy? I got an oil leak that I gotta fix. It's never getting fixed. So, all right, but I am going to bed. I will see you guys tomorrow, later, or whatever. Have a wonderful night, and that's it. I got to get some sleep, and then I got some phone calls to make. I'll see you guys later. Peace.